Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I'm in the city of East Bernstadt, which is just outside of the city of London, Kentucky, that is. And one thing I came here to see was this Vison RV parts place, which is actually an RV salvage yard, and it is one of the largest RV salvage yards in the country. And there's several of them, but not a lot. They've got a gigantic property here where they take in crashed or burned out motorhomes and all kinds of RVs, and then they break them down for parts. They take the good parts out and put them in the warehouse storage in their main office that I'll show you, and then they sell those used parts to people who either cannot find new parts, maybe for some RVs that aren't made anymore, certain models, or the new parts are too expensive for them. They can find used parts here for much less, and they do nearly all of their business on the internet or by phone. If you need a certain part, you call them or email them, tell them exactly what you need, and they'll let you know if they have it. And then they ship it to you wherever you are. So I'm going to go in and show you some of the motorhomes that have been mostly burned out, some that were involved in collisions that totaled them out. And I think you'll find this interesting to see what they look like. So let's go into the salvage yard and I'll show you some of them. There's their main office, and there is some of the RVs, and nearly all of these look like Class A motorhomes. Here's a closer look at some of them. Got a busted out windshield there. You can see fire damage. This whole back end is open. Ooh, and look at that one. Wow. Here's another row of them. Looks like this one got big fire in front there. Most of the RVs they have here are motorhomes, Class A's mostly, and here's just a few of them I can show you. Here's the inside of one of them, but look at the outside. It is all gone in front here. This one looks like it had a fire in back. That's a diesel pusher with the engine back there. That was probably an engine fire. And the front here, I think they just tore apart to get parts out of it. Looks like this one got hit with a meteor. They actually have to buy all of these coaches here, and then they just strip them down with all of the parts that have not been damaged. Now this one definitely looks like a major front end collision. Wow. And this one is totally burned out. Let's look at the inside of it. There you go, folks. That's what can happen. Not sure what happened to this one. The front window is half taken out. Somebody probably needed a half window, and they came here to get it, just pull it out of there and sold it to somebody. Oh, look at that wheel. This one is quite a mess. This looks like another front end collision. Looks like something just exploded right here. Huh. This one looks pretty good up front. But look at the middle. It's just like an explosion. Maybe the refrigerator blew up. And this had a major fire. Now that's a diesel pusher. So I would think it would be unusual to have a big fire like that up front in a diesel pusher. That's usually where they put the generator, is right there. Maybe the generator is what caused the explosion. They had some kind of fire in here. I can't tell where it started. Here you see they pulled the generator out. This slides out and the generator slides back into there. So they pulled the generator out and sold it to somebody, obviously. Somebody had a really bad day here. They get a lot of these coaches from insurance auctions. Here's the papers from one of them. So it kind of breaks your heart to see some of these and imagine that it could happen to you someday. Look at the back of this one. Wow. Major fire. Here's another rear engine fire on a diesel pusher. Most of them have all sorts of junk inside. Television, that might be okay. And wait till you get to the rear of this one. Wow. Yep, another rear engine fire. A couple years ago, I had a fire suppression system installed right over my engine. So if it ever catches on fire, there's a huge fire extinguisher there that just automatically gets triggered at a certain heat temperature. So maybe it can be saved and not end up looking like this. They have a gigantic property here with thousands of RVs, and they don't let people just walk around and look around. They're afraid someone will get hurt and then try and sue them. I did not ask permission because I knew they wouldn't let me. These are just the ones that are out front where I don't have to go through the main gate to see them. Let's look at the inside of this one. We can open the door here and you can see how burnt out this whole thing is. In the roof, the ceiling. I can see inside this one a little bit. The front entrance and the driver's seat is ripped out. Boy, and how disturbing is this? That is probably the most damage I've seen on any of them here. Well, I think that's enough to show you, to get the idea of what they have here. I just happened to be here when that bulldozer was doing some clearing. Sorry about the noise. But I consider myself lucky to be able to see this much of it without having to go into the office and beg for permission. I have seen a couple more videos on YouTube where someone did get permission and they had a guide show them around, where they actually went inside of some of them. They've got a lot of room here for more RVs, but please don't let it be one of yours that gets added to their stock next. Good day, folks.